I wanted to be a hockey player, but that doesn't mean, we don't always get what we want. But I also wanted to be a chef. At the same time, I love cooking. It was really my first passion in life. And I think the careers that you should pursue are the ones sort of that pick you, and I think that's what happened with cooking. I think it picked me. I picked hockey, but cooking picked me, so cooking won.
You took over father's office in Santa Monica. What was the radical thing that you did to that little place?
Food. It was an interesting little divey little bar in Santa Monica, and had a ton of potentials in a great neighborhood. It was actually my favorite watering hole growing up, and I just think it needed a little food, something to eat with the drinks. And that's really what I brought. But
you really were about sort of finding efficiencies, changing the wine program, putting it on tap. How did those kinds of things come about?
When it came time to, an opportunity came up to open a second location, I wanted to look at it as not just opening another one, but a more advanced version. And I looked at it sort of pragmatically, almost like a software update. How do I make it better? How do I make it more interesting, more better, faster, shinier? And we looked at all the different things that a typical bar does, and wine was one of the aspects. We wanted to do that like we serve beer, in kegs, draft wine, and it just seemed like a natural thing to do. The first part of my career was all in very high-end French fine dining in the best restaurants in Europe with the biggest name chefs, and I really wanted to sort of bring a little bit of that together with the food that really captivated me as a child, which is Southeast Asian cuisine. And as a kid, I was really lucky enough to travel throughout that part of the world, and the name of the restaurant is sort of an homage to my adoptive Jewish grandmother, and who really kind of helped me bring into perspective what special food is, what the difference between really kind of ordinary food and really interesting special food. And this Lukshon is sort of a combination of all those influences. I really wanted to do an Asian perspective on it because she loved Chinese food a lot. So we have a little dish called Shanghai matzo ball soup, which is kind of a whimsical, fun play on it. But chicken soup is universal. There's no one can claim that as their own. The dan dan noodles, definitely inspired by my trip to China years ago, and that dish, there's only one way to do it, and that's the real way, the authentic way. Lots and lots of that numbing, tingling Szechuan peppercorn really gets the blood pumping.